In this video, I will be demonstrating how I went about handling an elderly one-eyed patient, pretty advanced mature intumescent cataract with a non-dilating pupil. I decided to go ahead with a small incision cataract surgery approach, and I did it transconjunctivally. The video shows how I went about adopting certain strategies to make the outcome successful. So here initially I don't have a bridle suture in place. So after stabilizing the globe with my limbs forceps, I go ahead using the sharp end of my crescent blade and initiate the incision. I make a frown incision through the conjunctiva. The depth is around 1/3 to half thickness of the sclera, and then I stabilize. I shift my limbs forceps from the limbus to slightly behind the incision and holding on to Tenon's tissue, I stabilize the globe. I then go ahead and dissect the sclerocorneal tunnel with my crescent blade and watch my movements. They are sideways and backwards. Essentially, most of my movements are like that, very slightly forward, and this is to with this sort of movements, the sideways and backwards, the chances of inadvertently entering into the anterior chamber are lessened. Once the tunnel is done, I put in my side port incision and enter the chamber with my keratome. I then go ahead and stain the capsule with trypan blue. Please notice I have not extended my incision. I then expel both the trypan blue and the air bubble with HPMC, and I am fashioning a capsular excess within the small pupil with my cystitome. It's obvious you cannot deliver the nucleus through such a small rhexis. If you even try, you are going to land up making it an intracapsular delivery. So don't try. That's what I'm trying to say. If at all you want to continue with your nucleus delivery, you either have to make relaxing incisions or you have to scallop the border, and that would mean using pupil expansion devices. Here I have decided to go ahead with relaxing incisions and see how I am doing it. Push the pupil away, push the iris away, identify the rhexis margin and cut about 2 millimeters behind and come towards the rhexis margin. If you are not sure, keep doing it again and again. Make sure that the rhexis margin is cut. If by chance you do not have it and you try to deliver this nucleus, the entire complex is going to come out. So once that is done, I go ahead, open up the complete incision with my keratome. Make sure it's open. I do a hydrodissection. I'm sure it doesn't need it, but then it's good, do it. I saw the forward movement of the nucleus and I am rotating the nucleus with the tip of my hydrodissection cannula. I know it is well separated. Then fill the chamber with HPMC and watch. I take 2 dialers. With one dialer, the left, I just slightly push down the nucleus and tilt it. Other one, I go under the pole, under the rhexis margin and bring it out. And then with a cartwheel action and a hand over hand action, I bring out the nucleus entirely into the anterior chamber. I then put in some viscoelastic to push away all the free cortex so that I have a better view, and also I pressurize the chamber, and then with some posterior scleral pressure, watch how easily the nucleus is delivered. Now the next problem would be to take out the cortex. So initially, clear up all the cortex that has been expelled into the anterior chamber, whatever you can see. And it's a good idea to use your paracentesis wound. Go in from there and always face your port upwards. You may catch the iris, it doesn't matter. And try to bring the cortex to the pupil and then aspirate it. Do not aspirate blindly under the pupil. So bring it out and then aspirate. See what you are aspirating. And you may have to shift between your main wound and your paracentesis. Sometimes I just push. It's more of a sense of feel rather than seeing it. You can easily make out when you have engaged cortex. And see, sometimes I just pull the pupil away with my Simcoe to see where the cortex is, and then look at this. This is almost milking out of the cortex, milking the cortex out of the phonesis of the capsular bag. You just put your Simcoe cannula across the base of the iris and press down. It's a very safe procedure, and if there is any free cortex, it will just dislodge, and it's much easier to aspirate after that. Just pulling. Yes, there is more cortex, so I have to go in, and you can see. Have a mental image of all the areas that you have taken out cortex from and the areas that you haven't. And just go down there. You can see the cortex there. Go down. You know exactly how far to go, and try to bring it to the pupil and aspirate. Once done, under HPMC, I go ahead and I'm going to put my single piece PMMA lens. It may go into the sulcus, it may go into the bag, it doesn't matter. And I will do this in one shot. Just flex the haptic, pronate your hand and let go of the haptic. So it goes under the iris. That's done. Once that is over, you can go ahead and aspirate all the HPMC. Also keep tapping on the iris as I did earlier. Some free cortex will keep coming out. Keep aspirating that. There you can see some bits and pieces of cortex coming out. Finally, put in your intracameral antibiotic, hydrate the paracentesis and close shop. Thank you very much for watching.